McCormick. Good to see you.
On you, Jesse.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Happy Saturday. Welcome to our monthly summer call. We've got some updates that we'll go through. Hopefully, you've been keeping an eye on our social media. There's been a lot of movement happening this summer. It's been a busy summer. But for those I haven't had the pleasure, Jesse Jovel, class of '08. I currently serve as the chief of staff for the school, and I still oversee the corporate work study program. And I get to work with my brother Darius Spates, our new athletic director, on many things on campus. But one of them is this call that we organize along with Harold. Shout out to Harold for his leadership and creating the link, creating this space, and also helping us think through what are some things we can bring to the table that help alumni be more informed and get involved. So please, it's not perfect, so give us feedback as things unfold. We got some stuff for you guys to share. Some of it, I think, Darius, if I don't know if you're in a position to share your screen, but maybe we can kick off our call with sharing with our alumni the new alumni tab on the website. It is fresh, so while Darius sort of navigates that, we got this feedback on our previous call from Lance. I remember suggested having a space on the web page with some alumni information would be good. So we wanted to get that ball rolling. Again, it's in draft mode. It's still under construction, but we got that thing going, and we have some sections in there that hopefully will help alumni be informed and also um, find ways to continue to support and get involved. So, Darius, how are you? Are you able to share your screen so you can walk folks through what we have so far?
Let me see what I can do.
He can now. Just give him access.
Okay,
Okay.
sweet. And I went on it yesterday just to make sure it's functioning. Again, it's a first draft after we took some suggestions from the alumni, and Lance put it on our radar that it'd be nice to have a space on the website for alumni. We got to work on that over the summer, and so here's a draft. There's some important features. I'll let Darius walk us through some of the features
For
and
sure.
how to navigate this.
So one of the main things that, part of the reason why we even put this call together, right? Um, we want to make sure that all the alumni are informed as they want to be and can be. So one of the things everybody can do is sign up for our e-newsletter. This is a monthly letter that we release coming from Father Travis, our president, just giving informative details about what's going on at the Verb, right? So on top of the conversations we have here, we give information about corporate work study, about what's going on with the sports, what's going on with our students. So I would suggest that everybody would subscribe. It's a great opportunity just to stay engaged. As you see here, we have one of the OG photos. I think we kind of reimagined this photo and redid it. I want to say my graduating year in 2012. So we felt like this would be a great photo to start off with. Again, we're in draft mode, so please ignore the picture of me. That was not supposed to still be there. But we're looking for another photo of alumni to place there. And then, of course, for the Lalo section of it all, we have a great photo of Lalo with the rings, giving everybody an opportunity to kind of click on it, look at the page, and get some more details there. And as you see here on the right side, we have the resources where you can connect with us, schedule a tour, request transcripts, prayer requests, all of those good things. And the main thing I want to talk about very quickly is the Spirit Store. So, over the past few years, we've had too many different platforms where we were trying to release or have some of our school spirit stuff for sale. Um, it's been a very long time since we've had a store on campus, but that's something that we want to change this year. So hopefully this year we can open up a store on campus and provide something online. And one of the main things that we want to make happen is have two types of different materials, or better yet, clothing available for everybody. So we want to go back to being a Nike school. We're in the process of solidifying, finalizing that deal, and also having something kind of more affordable, right? More affordable clothing brand that all of our family, students, and others can also purchase because I think we all know Nike can get quite expensive very quickly, just a few items, and it's $100 right away. But that's kind of what we have right now. We're still in the brainstorming stages, but we're very much open to any suggestions that you guys may have. As Jesse mentioned earlier, Lance kind of brought it up in one of the past meetings, and we want to continue to take and receive feedback and then implement it and apply it as we can. Does anybody have any questions about the or suggestions
Mhm.
about the alumni page, some things that they think or would like to see?
Hey, this is Nick Spates, class of 15. It might make sense to connect it to have links to like I know like the Facebook group is pretty active, like have a link to that. So like for people who are not already connected, and if there is like something on Instagram, I'm not even aware of that, like where we're connected, but like anything social media, just so people can just tap in when they can.
Appreciate that.
Thanks, Spades.
Yeah, Teddy McMillan, class of '87. One of the things that, and sorry for not being on the last meeting, but one of the things I'm really, just kind of like thinking about is how do we like connect to the Lala Mendoza Fund in a way that makes sense? Maybe it's like a opportunity for alumni to pay like a small recurring monthly contribution to the fund. Like think of ways to like really begin to build a fund in a way that it can actually be effective and help you guys like reach whatever goals you have. So I don't know if there's any thought put into that or if there's a way for us to do it directly from the website so we can encourage alumni, even if it's $50 a month or $20 a month. A lot of times that's more effective than asking for a lump sum at any point in time. So I just wanted to add that as a maybe that's not something we can do right now, but begin to think about how we can integrate something like that and promote that on the website.
For sure. Appreciate that, Teddy. Father Travis and I, we've brainstormed a little bit about that. That's something we want to release a little later down the road once we get everybody really more involved, more engaged. But I agree. I think giving guys an opportunity to give, small donations here and there where they can, is much more feasible than, going out and asking for a lump sum. Plus, honestly, we just want engagement. That's the main thing, right? We just want to make sure we're offering an opportunity for everybody to be back on campus and be involved with Verb in one way or another. But I appreciate that suggestion for sure. But yes, we've had conversations about that.
All right, great. Thanks a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks, Teddy. And you were definitely missed at the last call. I know you've been a part of the other ones, and the first one I think we actually kicked off with like unpacking the Lalo Mendoza Fund as well. So Darius made sure to include that in the alumni page. I know that was something of interest for folks. There's also a tab there that says prayer request. Also, I know it sounds like we lost David Garcia, class of '91, that I saw in the Facebook group. So we remember him this morning. And I also just want to take that time to highlight that there is a space on there for prayer requests from the school as well, which could also be a nice way to stay involved, to keep the school involved, and see how we can help with anything that revolves around prayer or supporting families of Eagles that we've lost. So uh, yeah, unless there's any other questions, I think we can move on to the next one. But
Hey Jesse, I want to one
go
thing
ahead,
I want to ask Darius real quick.
please
Darius,
hold.
I just jumped on to the page and just subscribed to the newsletter. So
Okay.
you're capturing names and email addresses is beautiful. Are you able to cross reference if alumni register for the newsletter, but they're not on your email blast? Is it possible to maybe pull that and add them onto the email blast for the calls? Or are we just gonna try and drive to the which I like the page. Maybe we could add a button for the monthly call and like, what I mean, monthly, monthly Zoom call, right? And then on
Okay.
there,
I like that. Yeah.
whatever our next call is, that we'll drive all the alum to the alumni page of the site. And then we can just get everything there, right? So in addition to what your brother said, as far as like the other social media,
Mhm.
maybe we add a link for the monthly Zoom call, and then that way we can kind of get off the graphic and just point folks here and just, hey man, go to the site, hit the link, and then now
Mhm.
every month, and I'm just shooting you an update.
I like that. I'll talk to Father Travis and the mission advancement team about adding the alumni call link to the newsletter. That's a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, that's it, man. I just wanted to throw that in there because I just subscribed, and when I saw, I'm like, wow, you captured that's good information. But it'd probably be smart for us to maybe add the monthly stuff into that.
More exposure, man. I like it. I love it. Yeah, great idea.
Yeah. Once
Well,
all these things start talking to each other, it's perfect.
yeah, I want to add something real quick, and here, and maybe we can discuss this a little bit more. Like this weekend is the LA Catholic School reunion, and this whole thing, this whole idea, came out of Keith Alex, class of '86. So I'm on the way right now to a brunch. We were there last night. There was a lot of Verb guys there, not as much support from some of the other schools. So the Verb Brotherhood is really strong.
Yeah.
But I think the website will be a great opportunity for us to be able to post some of these type of activities in a way for alumni to get the updates. So one of the things, maybe Harold, we could talk about this a little later. Maybe there's an alumni website or a way for us to push information out consistently through this particular website. And uh, if they're locked into the website, they'll get that information automatically. Because I don't think all alumni were aware of what's going on at the level that's going on. But this is a big weekend for all of us,
Yeah.
and I think highlighting that brings that type of synergy that we're looking for.
Right. I double you on that. I back you on that. I think going forward, Mac, because what Darius and Jesse are doing right now with making this platform, I can see next year's event being advertised ahead of time, right? We already got Keith Alex, who's on the Verb coaching staff already. Okay. Just imagine what we're talking about today took place back in April, then Keith would have been able to been promote that, man. We would have turned that joint out more than what we did last night. And like you, man, I'm already dressed as soon as this call is over to hit the stop on the record button and head on up to 718 for the brunch, bro. But no, you're spot on, Teddy. And I think what Darius is saying, as far as like, us having one spot to go, right? This is it. And your statement right there just kind of enforces that.
Mhm.
Perfect. Perfect. Let's do it.
Yep. Yep. All
I love it.
right, Jesse.
I love it. No, I love it. Let's go ahead and but yeah, no, shout out to everyone involved. And like I said, this spitballing ideas, I think what I'm hearing is we want all of the different things talking to each other so that we're not running around going to different spaces looking for information. So I think as we continue to grow, like we'll get better about that. And Darius, maybe we can talk about that, which systems need to talk to each other so that we can just
Mhm.
keep it going.
Definitely.
I know, as you all know, the last time we got on this call, we announced that Darius Spates is our new athletic director. So I'm going to actually pass the mic over to him to give you some updates on the state of Verbum Day athletics.
Sure. So I mean, I think we all recognize fall is coming up, the fall season. We've been working hard, really hard to, rebuild this football program. Gary and his staff, they've been incredible, man. Just straight dogs, workhorses, and really pushing our guys to be consistent, pushing our guys to understand what it means to be a team. Harold spoke on it earlier, just at the Rose Bowl. They got they got handled a little bit, but it was a great learning experience for them, and I think they all took that and understand that. And so I'm proud to announce that we'll actually have a football season this year. It'll be a condensed season nonetheless, but we're gonna have we just confirmed a few days ago, we're gonna have our first home football game in I don't know how many years. We're gonna in late October, we'll be playing against Rancho Dominguez Prep. I want to say the date is set for October 24th. So it'll be a very exciting day. We're still working around a few things. We'd like to have a pep rally, turn it into a homecoming experience for everybody. We'd love to get all the alumni down there. I'm sure you all have heard the Anthony's over at St. Mary's. So the idea is to have St. Mary's come pull up for a pep rally. Right after the pep rally, we all walk across the parking lot straight to the game. hopefully we get a W as we should, and then it'll be a great experience for everybody. And we want to make sure that all of you are a part of it. We also have cross country coming up in October. I believe the first meeting's in October. Last year, cross country did decent. The year prior, we won league. The hope is that we can win league again this year. We're in the Santa Fe League for cross country, so that'll be exciting. I'm not sure if any of you have any questions about either sports program, but I do want to say for the football team, we're going to release the schedule. I'm hoping late next week. There are a few things that we want to confirm. I have to make a couple of calls with CIF to make sure we're staying within the guidelines of the condensed schedule. But I'm open ears and ready for any questions any of you guys may have regarding fall athletic sports.
Only thing I would say, man, thanks a lot. That's it's really good to be up to speed on what's going on. One of the things that I would like to see, and maybe we can talk about this more, but I really support the athletic program 100%. I love the fact that we're getting information about it. I love the stuff that's going on campus. But I think we shoot ourselves kind of short, like when we just focus on the athletic part of it. Like I want to know, like what's going on campus. Like what are some spotlights that you guys can also share out with us so we can be better informed. Like our kids that like the two brothers who were valedictorian and salutatorian. One is going to Stanford, one is going to LMU. Like we want to hear about that. So if
Yeah.
there's a way for us, and maybe we can talk more about what that looks like and what actual type of information we would like to hear. But those things are really great. I mean, for us to hear back, because other than that, there's no way for us to really plug in and get the information from a staff member. Like we want to know, hey, you guys added another law firm on. We got other opportunities for kids that we didn't have the previous year. And I know we don't want to overload ourselves with information, but just some really like little pieces of information that we can report back to talk about the verb as a whole and not be so just earmarked on football or basketball or cross country. I think it really speaks to who we are as alumni. So just some thought, and maybe we can talk more about what it looks like in the future. But I want to hear more about that also.
For sure. Well, I will say, so we had on the agenda today, we were actually gonna talk about that, about graduation, some of the places where our students ended up. So I mean, if you guys want to segue into that, we definitely can.
Yeah.
And I think the e-newsletter is gonna help with receiving some of that information, especially on a monthly basis. But I completely agree, Teddy. We want to make sure that we keep you guys updated on all things, concerned with Verb that aren't just related to sports. Thank you,
Thanks a
Jesse.
lot, man. So like you guys have already started thinking about it, man. Appreciate it.
Hmm.
Thanks, Teddy. No, that's reaffirming. I did want to, if you guys have followed the social media, you guys know that there's a lot of dirt at Verb right now because the school's getting a paint job. The field here, you're seeing a video. There's a lot of investment going into the field to get it to a better place. The Coach Gary at the last call talked about some of these things that are happening. If you go to Verb right now, this is what you'll see. Um, it completely getting reworked. In addition to some of the other things happening on campus too, you'll see that it's like I said, it's getting a paint job as well. You've got lockers getting painted and updated. You got the senior square also getting some love, getting touched up a little bit also. So there's a lot of investment going into the school right now and giving it a facelift for the upcoming school year. You guys have all heard from Father Travis, so you know that this is part of a much larger plan here. But it's really nice to see it go from conversation to actual things on campus. So when you're on campus next, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised to see different spots on campus getting some love that it hasn't gotten in a few years. So again, if you're not following on Instagram or Facebook, I highly recommend it, especially to kind of see some of these upgrades and these updates that are happening live time. Then, Darius mentioned we wanted to talk a little bit about the class of 2025 that just graduated. we had a handful of alumni show up to the college commitment day that we host every year. And so a lot of alumni know the caliber of graduates this year. Teddy highlighted the Whitman brothers, Harper Whitman, who was the valedictorian, who's going off to Stanford, and Reese Whitman, who's going off to LMU. He was a salutatorian, co-salutatorian. Actually, the other salutatorian is a student that is going off to, is it Williams
Yes.
College, Darius,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I believe we haven't sent an alumni to Williams in a few years, if not a couple decades. So we're really excited for those alumni. One fun fact that I want to bring up about this class, one, they crushed it in terms of college acceptances, but 90% of them actually are going to be the first in their families to attend college, which was a spike up from a couple previous classes. So that was something that's incredible, and it tells you a lot about, the weight that some of these students are carrying going into their first year of college, with 90% of them being the first in their families to take on this opportunity. So we're really excited about that. Darius, I don't know if you've got a couple other facts about this class. I know that they also did really well when it came to scholarships.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I don't know the exact number. I want to say I would ballpark it around two. I wish we had Mark on right now. I want to
Let me look it
ballpark
up in the
it around.
meantime, Darius. I'll look
Yeah.
it up in the meantime.
But I know we sent about six, maybe seven students to LMU, Jesse's alma mater. As mentioned earlier, we sent one over to Stanford. We've sent, I want to say, 55 graduates. I want to say out of the 55, 45 of them all went to four-year institutions, um, which is just tremendous. And we've been doing this year after year, so we want to just continue to do that this coming year. I'm pretty excited about that. This group. We have a few guys who are looking to be Hoyas. We have a few guys who've been talking about Ivy League, so I'm excited to see what we're able to accomplish this year with these young men. Do you guys have any questions about kind of like the college guidance and preparatory things that are going on campus, or do you have any possible outlets or resources that you want to possibly provide for these young guys, maybe some mentorship or whatever the case is when it comes to that?
Well, I heard the word Hoya and I got a little excited, wearing my Georgetown sweats right now. So I definitely want to be involved in any child who wants to go to Georgetown or any Jesuit institution for real. Like I feel like I can be a resource for sure. Um, but yeah, like that's always cool. And as I've spoken to you, like I'm actively and always looking for opportunities to have an excuse to be on campus talking to them. And I do a lot of mentoring and speaking at Georgetown still. And would love to do more of that at Verb as much as humanly possible.
For sure.
Hey, I just want to share this. This is some feedback. I attended that along with Macmillan and a few other alum that college acceptance day. Man, okay, man,
There was a lot.
man. I left out of there so fired up. I thought I was about to play football. But it was about just watching them come up to the stage and not have nothing to do with sports and stand up like they was announcing a university they received a football, basketball scholarship to, but it was really just accepting them into college to further education and watching their parents and their families and their college gear that they're going to, just kind of seeing all that. And then I kept thinking to myself, man, if I was a 10th grader still at Verb, dude, I'd be, man, I can't wait till I'm a senior so I can figure out what college I'm going to because the environment was just like, oh yeah, this is it. But the real kicker was sitting next to the representatives from Loyola Marymount and St. John, all these, they were there from the schools. And that's
Mhm.
what blew my mind. They were there for that day watching the guys take the acceptance. So big ups to you guys, Father Travis, Darius, Jesse. Man, hats off to y'all, dude, because that day was fire. And then the blessing came in, right? Y'all God was there because Channel 5's news showed up for some reason, and they had this bad boy on blast.
Yeah,
So as an alumni, dude, keep doing what you're doing, man.
yeah,
That right there was it. That was basically saying to the community, You want your kid to come out of this area and go to college. Verb is the spot.
Yeah. No, and I appreciate you being there, Harold. I know earlier that morning we went down memory lane, right? And you're
Yep.
like, hey, I remember we did something like this when Justin was here, and so
Yep.
we went down memory lane, and I said, just a heads up, this is going to be a little bit bigger.
Uh-huh.
Um, and sure enough, I think the red carpet was rolled out, and like you said, man, like KTLA 5 being there added a different element to
Yep.
the environment. So I appreciate all of you who were there. I know Teddy was also there. Teddy, thanks for coming out. It was a
Absolutely.
real special day.
Yeah, it was incredible, man. Like I second everything Harold said. I've been in a lot of high schools here. I still work in schools, but to see that that event was top notch, and for you guys to open the door and let us feel like it was important for us to be there was also incredible. So I would just recommend, like, if we can continue to come, have a little opportunity beforehand to kind of see it, because for me, I felt like I saw family members, like like this opportunity for them to be on the stage and talk about themselves and see parents there, like seeing their kids right before they take that next step in life. So job well done, carrying the narrative of Verb of what it truly is, institution for preparing kids for the world. And you guys are doing just that. So thanks a lot.
Thanks, Hetty. Travis, I'm glad you're here because we had a question about how much scholar. We were focusing on the class of 2025, and we're sort of sharing some highlights. And Darius and I got stuck on how much they earned in scholarship money. We know it was a significant
15 plus in merit scholarships. So
million, right?
yeah, 15 million plus in merit scholarships. So they did really well. Yeah. So
No, no, thanks for that.
I I I don't know what you got the agenda is, but I got a few invites if you guys would like to come, and I'll have Darius follow up on this. On September 5th, we're having our Mass of the Holy Spirit and we're going to bless the new field. So that's another great opportunity to have you guys socialize, and there will be a lot of our supporters there and things like that. So, yeah, that's a thing coming up. So,
Darius, you'll probably send that out to the group as well, right? The September 5th.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's going to be what was on this newsletter that just went out. What was it, 2 days ago now?
yeah,
But I'm assuming it'll be on the next newsletter as well.
yeah,
So,
Darius, and you guys can send the impact report. That's a good way to also keep up to date as well.
sure.
Does the September 5th, or will the September 5th announcement have like an RSVP,
For the Mass of the Holy Spirit?
Mass of the Holy Spirit? Yeah.
Yeah, we usually do.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Make sure to RSVP so we can make sure we properly save your seat, and then we know that we know to expect you, and to make sure we roll out the red carpet. Go ahead, Travis.
No, that's, I mean, um, yeah, just let me know whatever I can do to be helping.
Travis, I shared some of our Instagram footage on Senior Square, on the football field. I mentioned paint
Painting. Can
shop.
let me see if I can screen share on this here. Yeah. So actually a freshman just donated this. This is why I'm doing it. His father. So I was thinking we could have a grill out. We now have a tailgating machine for one of our times. So if someone wants to run the grill, we can have a cookout.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
This is fresh, right, Travis? Like
Yeah, this is brand new. Yeah.
that's an
So
incoming freshman, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
The young
okay. His
man is
family
part of.
donated it, so
Yeah.
that's pretty nice. And
Okay.
yeah.
I think the
But
students are part of the Knicks Kids group.
Nick's kids, yeah. And but I think we're trying to draw attention, and I think this is somewhere where the alumni can really play a role too, is that yesterday I was contacted by LA 84, and like FIFA wants to maybe make ours a community field of, because they with Visa, and so like, but that's the thing, is rallying around the community, making this community place of gathering and stuff. So I think there's a lot of opportunities coming around. So yeah.
Yeah. I took the liberty of connecting Coach Gary
Hmm.
with Keith Johnson, Jesse. That So Keith Johnson, in addition to making that delicious food we had for the alumni event in February,
And hooked us up with wings for a
right?
commitment.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Right. And so what has happened is I do a ministry with Keith, and but Keith is a jewel to the Pop Warner community because Keith has basically helped. We used to have a Pop Warner community that Keith ran, but he retired from that and just went into like trying to make better food for kids and deal with childhood obesity. But in the process, um, there's a big donor that's supporting Keith and saying, hey, we want to support the Part Warner team. So what Keith did is, hey, you guys have to change the structure how you guys run your programs so that we do more building and make it more sustainable. And so they did. And so now I think each program has got like Athens Park has got like 100K, Jesse Owens Park. And so with all that, they come to Keith. So I says, man, Keith, Coach Gary, I don't know, man, but there's a new football field coming in play at Verbum Day. It might be a smart idea to get them part one of the teams doing like little camps, little Saturday camps for the seventh and eighth graders, kind of like what I had to experience at another school with my younger son. But let's bring that to Verb and start getting those seventh and eighth graders on the campus, right? Have their coaches come, hey, you guys come, deal with reach out to Darius, athletic director, go through the waiver process or whatever. Have your guys come on campus, do their little 1 or 2 hour workouts or whatever. I'm going wink, wink. So
Mhm.
that's in play. And what came out of that was a commitment from Keith to feed the football program
Okay.
for the upcoming season. Okay, so Coach Gary's got that connect, and I'm just making sure that it's see through. That's not a problem. I know Keith Johnson. He's a man of his word, and those some things that we're trying to make sure we get plugged in the Verb too as well.
Hey, Harold, one thing that would be awesome if there's something that Verbum Day could do to make sure Keith feels the love too for all of his support. Please let us know. Keep that in mind. If
I
there's
got you,
something,
man.
you
Yeah,
know what I mean, I want to
yeah,
make
yeah,
sure
yeah.
he feels the gratitude we have because he's jumping on board on different things and he's doing it humbly, quietly, but powerfully. So if
Right.
there's something we could do to make sure he understands how grateful we are, just keep an eye out for that and just
I
give us a
got
heads
you covered. I got you covered, Jesse. Yep, good idea, man. Got you covered on that. Got you
That's
covered.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I'll turn it back to you guys, man.
And and
Yep.
I just say one other thing, and this isn't to just like go blast on social media, but it is I had asked Hardy to join our board and because I thought it was important to have some alumni voice now as we're moving forward and he had accepted. So we're just trying to have, continue to build the community, but having a voice and it's important as we continue to build to, make Bourbon Day just a pillar of this community and I would say connecting the tradition with transformation both are needed. So
Good stuff. All right.
yeah.
All right.
Darius, I didn't have. I think we went through all of our agenda items, so I think there's room for questions or input or feedback, unless you have anything else you'd like to share.
Nothing that I could think of. Not really. Yeah, I think we covered everything for sure.
So we'll open the floor, see if there's any comments, questions, feedback. We've already written down some of the things we've gotten today, but hopefully you're excited to see the alumni tab, and we're going to continue to build that out and some of the other happening. It's been a busy summer, but we're taking full advantage of it. So there's a lot to be excited about going into this school year. So we'll open it up, see if there's any comments, questions from the group. I think people are ready to party, Harold. That brunch you brought up earlier, man. I think that people are waiting for that.
Bro, I was sitting up here. I just got finished washing off my Harley, man. So I'm about to jump in that bad boy and ride. Give me a cool parking spot right by the door, man, and get right in line. Ha!
Hey, I'm sitting in the parking lot right now.
Okay. All right. Hey, make sure JD should be there. He just left my house, man. So he should be.
Got it.
Y'all hold me a seat, bro. I'll be up there in a minute.
Okay.
I gotta make sure we get
We,
the video down, bro.
yeah, we got you. We got you.
Yeah. No, hey, so I would just say, let me do this real quick, guys. I'm gonna put the link to the on the chat for everybody. um, the alumni link. I'm just gonna throw it in the chat right now so that everyone has it. And then I think we better close up. All right, so that's in the chat right now. So brothers, make sure you jump on there. I already subscribed. Make sure you jump on there because this is it right here. Hit that subscribe button so that we're all registered to get more information. And
Cool.
man, I don't know, I'm excited we are where we are.
Yeah.
Great. Great. And if we, Darius too, we can also put that if we want to put it more like on the top ribbon so when people go, they can see it too. We can do
Mhm.
that. Let me know.
Yeah, I'll talk to Saul.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, brothers. Well,
Cool.
thanks for the input. This is only going to get better as you all give us that feedback.
Yeah.
We feel the love when we get the feedback. Both Darius and I, we chop it up afterwards, and we're like, all right, what can we do to keep momentum going? So, although for all those that came off mute and shared some things that you guys would like to see, just know that they're received with a lot of gratitude. For those that this is your first time hopping on the call, man, we hope we see you again soon. And there's an invitation to come to campus and check out the changes. In a couple months, I think we'll start to see a lot of nice things happening.
I
Go ahead.
have one idea that I think would be cool, and I've always wanted to do this, but working towards it and finding is like a project of like digitizing all the yearbooks so that I don't know if that would be people would be interested in that.
Man, you talking about preserving legacy there, Father Travis? Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I know it's a project and you would want it done professionally. We don't want a kid at the copier doing it kind of thing. So I don't know. I'm sure there's companies or something like that that specialize in this or know how to do this. So
Hey, Father Travis,
I love it.
I'll take the lead in finding a resource and get back to you.
okay. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
great. I like the idea. One other thing I wanted to say, and this is something I know we've talked about before, but if there's a way, I don't know where the old trophies are, but and I know you guys have probably had discussions about this, but if you know where they are, if there a way for us to preserve them, I know those were some concerns alumni had from like maybe 10, 15 years ago. Like they don't care about our trophies or whatever, and we felt that. So if there's a way, if you can identify where they are, if there's a way to get them repaired, if there's a way to display some of them, we know we had a lot of them, but I think that would be a huge move in that direction of getting the alumni kind of reconnected, because it's a demonstration that there's care for the history, there's care for this story and narrative, and you guys and we want to make sure it's in good hands. So and it's not probably something you guys have created. We know that you guys didn't create the problem, but I just want to let you know those are some of the concerns that alumni have expressed to me personally. And I know a lot of other alumni have heard that same concern.
Yeah,
Let
I'm
me
back. I'm back on that, Teddy. And I'm thinking, Teddy, on that, what I'd like to see is if we do launch that effort, that we reach out to alum and say, hey, if any of you guys still have a trophy, bring it. Because perhaps we can use that for replica making.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna have to expand our net and get into folks' closets. My trophies got stolen in a freaking robbery at my house and my rings too, which I'm like, damn. But maybe some other guys that may have over the years, hey man, bring your trophy up. We don't need to keep it. We need to hold it for a minute so we can see about maybe putting forth the replica effort and start to recreate it. Right, because we may have to go down to that level, Teddy, if if they're not sitting in the storage that was passed over to this administration because of prior stuff. But
right.
if we're gonna do it, let's go all the way in and get everybody to contribute.
Great.
I
That's a
will
good.
say we
Yeah,
have some of the stuff archived. Like so some of you have been on campus and seen where the locker room is. Right before you get to the locker room, we have like what we want to call our Hall of Champions. And we
got it.
have several trophies from all different sports up there from 80s, early 2000s, 70s, etc. I'm assuming that we may have some stuff in the very back of a bungalow somewhere or in one of the closets. Jeff, JBB and I won't have an issue jumping in, seeing what we have. But Harold, I think that was a great idea. Casting a wider net, seeing if we can, get some alumni who have their trophies to bring them down the Verb, get them kind of get those refurbished maybe, and then also getting the replica thing going on too. So I
Yeah.
love that idea. I know Travis and I have spoken about really refining the Hall of Champions, if you will, and kind of putting together some sort of a timeline. So everybody walking through, current students, visitors, yes, donors, whatever the case, they can kind of get a feel for what Verb really is, especially when we start talking about sports and what we've been able to accomplish since our inception. So appreciate the input.
Thank you.
Yeah. And what we might not have in trophies, we could definitely do in photographs, right? So taking the photographs of those errors and blowing them up and putting them on a, you know, like those kind of wall things, whatever those things are called.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Sounds like, Darius, maybe we can, just to kind of give this some structure. Sounds like we may need to do a little inventory check and just go
Cool.
through different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, snap. Okay. Well, I think that might be it, fellas.
Okay.
Appreciate everybody jumping on this call. Um, look for the upcoming email, text messages, all that good stuff. Harold, appreciate it as usual, brother.
See you guys.
Yes,
Enjoy
sir.
the Harley
All right.
ride.
Oh yeah, man, for sure.
Okay. Keep
All
it
right,
under
guys. Have a
100.
good one.